Hi, I'm SBR contributor Ross Benjamin. I'm going to be discussing with you my two top Major League Baseball totals on Saturday's card. Let's get right to them. The White Sox at the Tigers. Comerica Park in Detroit, 4:08 p.m. Eastern Time start. The White Sox go with veteran left-hander John Danks on the mound, and Danks has been terrible over his last four starts, posting a lofty 6.45 ERA, and the White Sox went 0-4 in those contests. Danks has faced the Tigers once this season. He allowed 5 earned runs on 11 hits while walking 2 in just 4 2/3 innings of work during a 7-1 loss in that start. Far from a good outing. The White Sox bullpen won't be much of a help for Danks today, as this is a bullpen that's posted a staff ERA of 4.91 on the road, and that's terrible, folks. And they also have a collectively terrible 173 whip in those outings. The White Sox have gone 3-0-2 over the total in their last 5 games, and those games averaged 10.8 runs scored combined in those contests. The Tigers will go with Kyle Ryan on the mound today, and Ryan will be making his 4th start of the season. He's been rather unimpressive in his first 3, posting a 5.69 ERA, and more concerning, he allowed 4 home runs in just 17 innings pitched during those outings. The Tigers have gone over the total in each of their last 9 games, and this is a Detroit ball club that's averaging 6.3 runs per game during their last 7, and during that time they're hitting a robust 306 as a team. Many of the major sports books at the time of this filming had this total at 10, but I found that 5 Dimes had this one listed at 9.5. That's just where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to be making my call. Play on the White Sox and Tigers over 9.5 minus 110 at 5 Dimes. Our next matchup, NL Central battle between the Cubs and Cardinals at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time start. Don Roach will be making his first start of the season for the Cubs, and he's earned a well-deserved promotion from AAA Iowa, where he was 7-1 in 14 starts this season with a 2.29 ERA and a 1.10 whip. The Cubs have gone 6-0-1 under the total in their last 7 games, and they've scored 2 runs or less in each of their last 4 contests. Michael Wacha will be on the mound for St. Louis today, and Wacha has been very good this year, 11-3 in his team starts with a solid 2.85 ERA and a 1.09 whip. The St. Louis Cardinals have gone 44-26 under the total this season. That's 62.9% of their games, not including pushes, have gone under the total, and that also includes 23-10 under the number at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. And folks, that's an unbelievable 69.7% rate on the under at home. Both of these bullpens have performed awfully well this season. The Cubs have a collective ERA of 3.010 with their bullpen, 3.02, with their bullpen staff, while the St. Louis Cardinals have been the best in all of baseball with a 2.11 bullpen ERA, and that includes an even better 1.82 at home. I like this game to go under the total. We're going to take the Cubs and Cardinals under 7.5. Repeating again, my 2 top totals of the day, the Chicago White Sox and Detroit Tigers over the total of 9.5. The Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals under the total of 7.5. My name is Ross Benjamin. You could read all of my articles that correspond with my videos you watch right here by going to sbrpicks.com. I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very good weekend.